Alrighty, good evening. Good evening, everyone. So today's focus is on mince. We're going to do lots of minced things. First of all, what we're going to do is I actually have partially frozen. So I put chicken breast meat into the freezer, all spread out for an hour. And so we are going to mince that. I'm going to show you that first. So there's actually a recipe for minced meat. Otherwise, you can just do it from scratch. So start cooking. So it's 300 to 450 of meat, sinew-free, cut into pieces, partially frozen. I'm just going to, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Do that. See how much is in there. Cool. So it's 500. Of course, we like to have do it in lots. So I'm actually going to take some out because I want to do it. I want quality as always. Oh, there we go. There you go, 310. And you get a better quality result if you do things in batches. All right, next, insert our measuring cup. Then it's 10 seconds, speed 6. I'm actually going to do about half of that because this is for beef mince, but I'll show you at 5 seconds and then at 10 seconds. Alrighty. Show you halfway. So that is getting there. So we probably will do the full 10 seconds. Alright, use mince meat as needed. So the minces, there we go. See, it's lovely and chunky. I'll just pop that to the side. Use that in a sec. So mincemeat, so you can make your own. Now the beauty of it, of course, is that you don't have the water and maybe some of the preservatives that you would get in mincemeat from the shops. So it's more about quality than about saving money. But then what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm in my week, chunky bolognaise. So what I've actually done for the beef mince is I've actually purchased the mince because it's cheaper to buy the mince. Now I have got 82% meat, 18% fat. If this one actually cooks, this recipe actually cooks the beef in the basket. However, if you put it in the bowl, the higher grade the mince, so the less fat, the more it will disintegrate when it cooks. So one thing that you could do with that is put your butterfly in. As we know, that helps move meat around and stops from disintegrating. Otherwise, do it this way with the basket in the bowl. So, bolognese. I'm going to start cooking. So 1 brown onion, cut in half, 1 garlic clove, of course I'm doing 2. Insert measuring cup into the bowl. So 3 seconds at speed 9. So we really want it to be chopped finely because normally we would cut onion and garlic either at speed 5 or speed 7. And I could hear that that was finished. So let's have a look at that. Yep, so it's much more, it's wet and it's finely chopped. So you can still cry with the onion if you stick your head over the bowl. Oops. Right, so 20 grams of olive oil. Always with our oil, you pour to 5 grams less. So I need 20 grams of olive oil. I'm going to pour to 15 grams and then lift up because the last 5 grams will be going into the bowl. 19, close enough. All right, without measuring cup. So it's 5 minutes, speed 2. All right, so what I'm also going to do, I'm just going to pop and put this chicken in the fridge. And what I'm also going to do tonight is, oh, cool. So I'll wait for Sue to come on. Hello, Sue. I seem to have lost my... Can you still hear me? Yep. Okay, cool. So we're making chunky bolognaise. I just minced my chicken. And I'm going to show you how to make wontons. Alright. So I bought wonton wrappers, but you can actually make them yourself. We have done so, but you definitely need a pasta maker to get them thin enough. But the cookie dough recipe is really good for wonton wrappers, and I know that you can make gluten-free ones as well, which is really cool. Alright, let me tilt this down. So I've actually got my Thermomix chopping board, which actually has, I'm not sure if you've seen one before, it's massive, but it's actually got a part under here that you can pop your bowl underneath and scrape straight into it, which is very groovy. So this is veggie mince, which is just a vegetarian wonton filling. I thought I had some in the freezer, so that's the other thing, saving money, is putting things in the freezer for use later, because we didn't use all of it. So let me tilt that down. So what you do, you can either get a brush, actually I will get a brush, apologies, or you can use your fingers. Today I will use a brush. And we put water all the way around the outside. And then it's about, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon, because you don't want to overfill a wonton. And I put it on an angle. Maybe just a touch more. Now I do it this way. Let me turn it so you can see. Right. So I'll lift it up. I press it on the top. And then I come in from the bottom and the sides. And these are actually the ones from Woolies. I actually quite like the ones from Coles, actually. So there's my little wonton. Now, things that you can do with the wontons, I'll make another one, is you can steam them, obviously, with your wonton soup. So when you put your wontons in your varoma, you need to make them spaced out, because they actually grow as they're cooking, and if they stick together they're going to rip each other apart. Now the other thing that you could do is do what I did with the chicken mince and spread them out on a baking tray with baking paper and freeze them. So that's something really good. I've obviously frozen the filling, but you can also freeze the wontons themselves. I wouldn't cook them and then freeze them. I would freeze them raw. slicing with my wonton there. There we go. Put that apart. Alright. So I'm going to go around. And that's nearly ready. So I'll do that. Oh, no, I've got time. So I'm going to try and do it the other way. I actually went to South Korea and I talked to some ladies there, some South Korean ladies, and they were saying, oh God, no, we don't make wontons, we just buy them. So I was actually really quite surprised. Okay, I will just bring this up like that. And then let me try and bring that around to the front. So squish it like the other way, but then squish it to the front like that. That's a different shape. Okay. So next thing is our tomato passata. I just bought that one. You can actually obviously make your own if you get tomatoes cheap. More savings there. Said 700 grams. Ish. All right, so it's 644, close enough for now. 50 grams of tomato paste. So I'll just do 100 grams of tomato paste because I can. 85, 90, and then that'll be all right. Oops, 30 grams of water. So what I'll actually do is put the water in here. Shake it around. And that'll be lovely. Okay, so 20 grams of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. So optional, see tips, but I'm going to put it in. You can also put in Vegemite. Tablespoon of Vegemite. One of my friends does that all the time. Okay, 20 grams. A tablespoon of meat stock. So as I admit to the other day, I only ever do veggie stock. But I'm actually thinking I didn't make meat and chicken stock one time, but I didn't use them within the 6 months. So this time around I'm actually going to make them again, but of course share. So then I'm not under pressure to use all of it. If I share with friends and family, then they get the benefit as well. And then it all gets used.
Do you freeze your stock paste, Lisa?
Sorry? No.
Do you freeze? No. I
No.
keep mine in the freezer because it doesn't go solid because of all the salt in it.
A lot of people...
Oh, I've lost you. Why have you gone quiet? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear Lisa.
Oh, no, that's good because I can hear you, Jenny, but I can't hear Lisa.
No.
Maybe if we put it in the chat.
Chat, yeah.
Not looking at the chat. Look at the screen.
He's having a lovely time.
We can't hear you.
Damn it. Oh, you. Okay. What was I up to?
We lost you when I asked you about freezing your stock paste.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. My fridge is in here and my freezer is in the garage, and I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And I've never done it anyway. I've lived in a couple of different houses since I've had a Thermomix, and yeah, I've just I just put it in plastic.
Yeah.
Write the date on the top, and so long as you use a
I never have any issues at all.
Yeah. No, now that there's only the two of us in the house, I tend to have a jar in the fridge but freeze the rest.
Freeze the rest?
In the freezer. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
But I
find
do-
that
That's what I do as well, because there's only two of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a consultant, I use enough of it to churn through it. Okay, so I've put oregano in there. So saving money, we're using dried herbs, but I'm the kind of gal that absolutely adores basil. So if I had fresh basil, I'd just throw an absolute stack of it in there. Because I love it. Ground cinnamon. So it's 1/8 of a teaspoon. There we go. Then we've got 1/2 teaspoon of chili, optional, but I will put 1/2 teaspoon in because hubby's home tomorrow, so he'll be eating it. And that's the other thing, like obviously with mince you can freeze, you know, once it's cooked, pull it out later. Okay, pinch of black pepper. A pinch is what you decide it is. All right, so insert simmering basket. So TM6, it actually goes onto the vein on the inside. Stop it moving around. Okay, 700 grams of beef. So you could buy the better, the less fat, because we're putting it in the basket, but I got this one anyway because it's actually 700 grams. So that's what I grabbed, and break it into pieces, because what's going to happen is we're going to put it on more than likely speed 4, which then the water rises up and goes through the mince. All righty, let's turn this around. So 347 so far. And we'll lock it back in after we're done. $5.90. 600, we'll get there eventually. 647. So 60, that's too much. Right. 688, that'll do, because I've actually gotten to my max line anyway, and I don't want to go over the max. So then I'm going to just turn the basket around and lock it in. Right, next, insert measuring cup into mixing bowl. So because we're using the basket with the new safety features, because the basket's on the inside, we don't need to worry about the fact that it's over 100. We can put the MC on. So 15 minutes, speed 2. And then I'll just wipe my hands. Speed 2. Okay, so normally I would have put it on speed 4, but this one, obviously speed 2 with the Varoma, it's got enough liquid in it that's going to bubble up and go through the mince. But let's have a look at the preview as well. Stir mince with a spatula to break it up and ensure even cooking. and then cook for another 15 minutes. So it's 30 minutes of cooking total. I am going, let's have a look. All right, I'll follow the recipe if I have to. Actually, no, stop it. Because I know that putting it on speed 4 puts the liquid through it. Right, so I'm being a rebel. Yeah. All right, we'll see what we got after 15 minutes. Probably don't need aroma though. So let's go down to 100. So I'm only doing this because I want to speed it up so that your ladies get to see it. Follow the recipe.
Called winging it.
Exactly. And because I know stuff, I know that I can do things. All right, so I'm going to open a new window in Chrome, and then I am going to share, because I actually went through a bunch of, I went through Cookie Doo and found a whole stack of things that you can make with mince, and I wanted to inspire you to use your mince in lots of various different ways, because sometimes, you know, we always make the same thing, but there's lots and lots and lots and lots of things out there. So I'm going to look at my recipes, and today I actually created a mince so I can find it and show you. All right, so some of the fun stuff. Let's move this over. Whoops. Pull that back up. I'm just going to make it a little bigger. Oh, no, not that big. All right. So, goslomet, love goslomet. So you can do lamb and feta. There's your duck or lamb meatballs, the pancakes. That's been on my list for a little while. Now, bacon cheeseburger garbage bread sounds dreadful. However, I have made it. Highly recommend. It was really good, although it does ask for gherkins, not this household. So it's an American recipe. And then it also asked for the streaky bacon. So we don't normally have streaky bacon, so I didn't use that. I just used normal bacon. But it was really good. It was really good. So let's go back. I made the Korean Bayo beef sliders the other week on a virtual, so they're really good as well. And so are the stuffed Moroccan breads. I found that they were really easy to make. So you just make the bread dough, put the mince in and fold it over, and then cook it on a fry pan. This one's on the list, the Middle Eastern lamb pizza pie. Don't forget you can do rice paper rolls, pork pies. This one is one I hadn't thought of, was the Sicilian, the arancini with the mince on the inside. We normally make our arancini with cold mushroom risotto, because we use the portobello mushrooms and chop them really small so that you can make the arancini rolls the next day. So meat and cheese stuffed cassava, they look good. Asian nachos have been on the list for a while, and so have these, the Greek lamb rolls.
So nice.
Yeah, I keep meaning to make those. Simple buns. So you pita with lamb. So there's like a lot of in here is fake away stuff as well. So you can have it instead of takeaway and save a fortune and know what's in your food, and it probably tastes better. Hoisin pork roll. Now the beef ragu, nice. Add extra spices to that one. I've actually found that one a touch bland. This one looks nice. So the beef, apricot, and pine nut pastilla. We've got spring rolls. See all the different things that you can make with mince. There's also a meatball that like the Swiss, so it's just like IKEA. You make the meatballs and then you make the gravy like the IKEA stuff. Cannelloni, chili con carne, stuffed tomatoes. That's pretty cool. Beef and olive meatballs, sticky meat subs, sausage rolls, of course, braised pork and egg, sloppy joes, obviously another American recipe. Some Mexican meatballs with baked beans. Well, that intrigued me. Classic lasagna, rissoles, and then this lamb roll with frica pila also looks really good, and so do the spiced lamb bites next to it, which is kind of crazy because I never eat lamb, but they're all just
Look a bit like your wontons.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, you just pull and twist a little. Koftas, cottage pie, more meatballs. You can make meatballs out of every mince. Stuffed peppers. I don't know about you guys. I've done stuffed peppers a couple of times. Cheeseburger quiche. That looks really cool. And then the bolognaise risotto. Greek style pan fried bird buns. Some South African things, the curry mince and the baked mince beef. Pies. Noodles. So the turkey lasagna rolls, they look really good. They're also on the list. And so are the beef tarts. Some more ideas about burgers. So burgers with cheese filling, that's American, of course. Now, meatballs in tomato sauce. So that's a TM5 and a TM6 recipe. The meatballs with the tomato sauce, you actually steam the meatballs in the Varoma, whereas the meatballs in the tomato sauce actually uses the blade cover, and it's more of a slow cook, and you actually put the meatballs in it, obviously, as it says, in the tomato sauce, and it cooks. So just make sure that the meatballs are nice and firm, and you'll be so surprised at how good they come out.
Okay.
Yeah. Meatloaf, has anybody made meatloaf with an egg in the middle?
No, never.
No? There's another meatloaf recipe in there as well where you put spinach and cheese. And so that like the meatloaf looks a little bit like a scroll on the inside. Yeah, that looks really good. The rice with turkey meatballs I've had, that's lovely. Breakfast sausage, and then salads. So there's lots and lots and lots. You know, mince doesn't have to be boring. Is there anything?
Funny that you were doing mince tonight, because when I spoke to my husband tonight, I said, "Oh, what do you want me to cook for tea tomorrow night?" He goes, "Savoury mince."
Oh, awesome!
I haven't cooked savoury mince for goodness knows how long.
Oh, really? Awesome. So then, like I said earlier, if it goes in the bowl, make sure you get the higher fat one. Otherwise, chuck it in the thing, or try it with the butterfly. Yep, because I use the butterfly when I use chicken breast instead of chicken thigh, because the breast falls apart a lot more. But I find if I use the butterfly, it doesn't disintegrate like it does if you just got it in the bowl. All right, so 4 minutes left. Does anybody else have any mince things that they've made before that I haven't thought of yet?
Lisa, I like the sang choy bao.
Yes. Oh, I don't know why I didn't pick that. Love that. It's fast, and you actually mince your meat in that recipe as well. And that's delicious. Love that recipe. And it's beautiful, especially in summer. It's lovely and fresh.
Yes.
And with the herbs and the mint and the yum. Now I'm hungry. Okay, everybody happy with the wontons? What else? Other things with mince. So with the gossamer, you can actually make the dough of that yourself as well. So I've been trying a lot of different spinach and cheese gossamers, and then we actually went to the market again on Saturday, just gone, and a lot of the recipes I'd been using had more than just your English spinach and your feta, and they just use English spinach and feta. So I might actually try that again. But their dough was definitely the stretchy one that I use. I think it's the roti recipe from Cookie Dough. There we go. Or there actually is a dough within the gossamer recipe on Cookie Dough as well. Couple of minutes left. What else? Oh, yes. So if you or anyone you know would love a first or a second or a third Thermomix, we've actually got a deal for the next 2 months that if you join our team, which of course we want people to join our team, my subliminal messaging there, that you can sell 4 in your 60 days, and you get your deposit back. So you're actually getting a Thermomix for about half price, which is fantastic. And you might discover that you absolutely love our business and want to stay on. There are many people who joined just to earn their Thermomix and yet are still here 10 years later, because it's, you know, what's better than just talking about food, having fun. Our team's a lovely group, and yeah, I can't highly recommend the job enough. I had to come back. I did it for 4 years, took a 2-year break due to family stuff, and then I came back 2.5 years ago. And of course, I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't come on every Thursday night and show you stuff. But yeah, either you or if there's someone that you know, and there's lots of different ways of getting your deposit as well, because obviously at the moment there's a big pinch with food, but with money. But also if you look at on my Facebook the last couple of days, I've started doing comparisons about what you save, making your own stock. I've done the Cheddar-Mite scrolls. I'm going to do a few more things, especially takeaway things as well, about how much that actually costs and how much money you actually save using your Thermomix. All right, I'm excited to see this now. So Claire, I actually went up to speed 4. The recipe asks for speed 2.
Oh, okay.
But I know that it was speed 2 and then 2 lots of 15 minutes. But I know that at speed 4, the water goes up and through the mince.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to finish before midnight tonight. Oh, so stir mince with a spatula and then do your other 15 minutes. All right. So as always, we take our basket out with our spatula. There we go. I actually think that's pretty much done. So I'm just going to tip this upside down, and before I put the sauce in, let's have a look at that. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good. And see how it hasn't broken up?
Mm.
It's actually stayed lovely and chunky. There's a couple of pink bits, so I might throw it back in again. But so then I would put the sauce on top. I would throw a bunch of basil in there, as you know, love my basil. So I might have actually probably, it's 2 lots of 15 at speed 2. I would maybe do 2 lots of 10 minutes and stir, like it said, in between at speed 4, but do 100 degrees instead of Veroma. Yeah. So, and then I'll put a photo on, and I will, and don't forget your zoodles as well. You can do zucchini and carrot noodles, is the picture on that one, or your pasta. Pasta's good. Any questions?
I think it's pretty much covered it.
Oh, awesome. Well, I hope I have inspired you to use mince in all its many, many, many different ways, and inspired you. Has everyone made wontons?
No,
Yes. No?
Yes,
Oh,
ever, I don't think. I've done a lot of spring rolls, but yeah.
yeah, definitely. They're really cool. And the Justine Schofield, in the recipe community, the Justine Schofield chicken and wonton soup, it has a lot more depth of flavor than the one we use for our cooking experiences, because it actually, her soup itself actually cooks for an hour, and it's got, you know, a big handful of herbs. It's absolutely beautiful. Check it out. It's on Recipe Community and YouTube.
I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, highly recommend. What else? Have you got anything, Claire?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if it's on the recipe community, you can bring that in as a created recipe into the
You can.
TM6 as well.
Yes,
So,
you definitely can, and then follow it along.
So that's
which
quite
is really
handy.
cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll have to do that this weekend. I might actually make a video of bringing that one across and then breaking it down into steps, because a lot of people want to know now that they've got the hang of the TM6 and the cookie dough, how to really get in depth with our creative recipes. So have a look out for that. I'll either do a live or I'll let you know, and I'll put it on the YouTube channel.
I need to watch your tuna mornay one that you've done, because I'd like to sort of try and have a go at putting my recipes.
And in?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Not that I've got
And
a
that's
lot
the
that I
best
do
way.
often now, but just to give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then show us what you put in as well. Yeah.
I need to have a practice of that. I use all my recipes from the recipe community. I save in paprika and use it with an iPad. I've got to transfer them from paprika into the cookie dough, which I'm not. I have a go at, but haven't done very much of it.
So the only website you can move it from is from Recipe Community into cookie dough, and there's an actual button there that helps you move it across.
But before I had all that, that's where I saved them onto paprika.
Yeah, actually, I've got a whole bunch in paprika myself that I actually haven't made for quite a while since I got cookie dough. So I need to go back and see what I've got there and transfer them over and use them.
Is there a limit to the number of recipes you can put into cookie dough, like to transfer in?
The created, there's 100 at the moment, but it will obviously, as updates come along, I'm expecting it's going to be a heck of a lot more than 100.
Right.
but that's probably, yeah, enough to get us all into trouble for now.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
And thank
Any-
you, Claire, for the San Choy Bao recommendation. I've just added that to my
Yes.
recipe, so you
Oh,
better go.
Yes.
You're very,
Yeah.
very welcome. Yeah, it is yummy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as Lisa said, it's great for summer. It's just
Mm.
something different, I think.
And it's
So,
not heavy.
No. It's
But
nice.
I'm sort of thinking it will be a good one when all the kids are over for dinner, because you could
Yeah.
serve it up like you do,
They can-
you know, yeah,
Yeah,
help
just
yourself
little
type thing.
pots.
Mm.
Everyone can make all their own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really good.
Mm.
Because, you know, there'll always be someone who go, oh, I don't like that. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all like our own things.
Yes.
Like, I don't like peas. I'm not eating peas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've got a stepdaughter like that. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll eat beans. I'll eat all sorts of veg, but I'm not eating peas.
That's the same as me.
Yeah. I'm 52. I don't have to. You can't make me.
I must admit, a little bit weird, but I like grilling pineapple to go with it.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
a little bit different now there, but
Yeah, with
yeah,
the central bow.
yeah, it's
Nice.
just something different, but putting it in the pan, and so it's got those grill marks, or you know, it's kind of
Yeah.
slightly different to if it was fresh.
Yeah, it changes the flavour, doesn't it? So.
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. I did it once, and I was like, "Oh, that is lovely." So it goes quite nice with the mince, and it's quite fresh tasting as well. So
Awesome. Oh, and then it's slightly off topic, but you are kind of mincing it. Bacon jam.
Oh, that's yum. I made that for Christmas hampers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So they
Is
had
that
like
a
with the
cookie dough
cheese. No, that's in recipe community as well.
recipe community? Okay, yep.
Yep. But so you're mincing the bacon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good, like with a ploughman's lunch and stuff like that.
Mm.
Nice big chunky bread and cheese. Very nice.
that sounds like it tastes very yummy.
Yeah, totally. Really does. Definitely try it.
Cool.
I need to start bringing a pen and paper to these Zoom meetings.
Sorry.
I can't type quick enough.
I know, and I haven't even. Yeah, it's just That's why I had to come back to Thermomix and become a consultant again. I've got all these things in my brain bouncing around.
Oh yeah, bacon jam.
Bacon jam, yeah.
The Thermo Fun one. It's recipe.
Yeah.
Community, but it says Thermo Fun.
It's Thermo Fun, yeah. They're a really good crowd or lady. I don't actually know who runs that one, but yeah, they're really good as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a skinny mixers fan too.
Yes, we have some amazing Australians
Mm.
who have really taken on the Thermomix and taken us to all new dimensions. So in WA, Tanina, so tanina.com.
Oh, I haven't found her.
Yeah,
I found
she's
you, but I
actually
haven't
in
found
Perth.
her.
Yeah, she's in Perth. She has a lot of free recipes. However, she's also got like a subscription thing. But she used to be the head of the test kitchen at Thermomix here in Perth years ago. She's got a couple of cookbooks. Then you've got Skinny Mixers. You've got Quirky Joe, who's in Queensland. So Skinny Mixer is in South Australia. Quirky Joe is in Queensland. She was a consultant and her family have gut issues. So she's really gone down that gut health path. She's also got cookbooks. Then, Thermo Fun, Thermo Baxter.
I've been following another lady that I like, what she does, Colette Mittiger. I think she's Queensland as well. I don't think she does blogs, but she does lots of lives and things like that. Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. And, the more everybody talks about and sees them, the more people will get on board and loving their Thermomix,
Yeah.
which is good, which is really good. All righty. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming along.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
Watching me experiment with spag bowl. But anyway, with my mince. And yeah, so next Thursday, any suggestions?
Oh God. There's so many things to sort of think about and
and make and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have a think. I did do a poll and people mentioned fake away. Some people tick that. So I might try and make something that is big on everybody's lists next Thursday night for buying, and we can see how it compares from takeaway.
I've actually made it's an American recipe. I'll have to go and have a search for it, but it's like a Whopper burger from Hungry Jack's. The mayonnaise that you make with it, you cannot tell apart. Ben had some friends over, and so instead of going out to get takeaway, I made the burgers with a little bit of extra salad in them, but made the dressing, and it was identical to a Whopper burger. So I'll have a look for that recipe and send that through.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Hmm.
That'll be good. And there's definitely a McDonald's sauce as well out there, a recipe, and KFC coating.
Oh, I use that all the time.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
lovely.
good.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very nice one. That one. Yeah. Oh, all right. Things to think about and write down for next week.
Oh,
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Have a good
Thanks,
night, ladies.
everyone.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Yeah.